In this video, we will look at the animal and record how much time it spends in the central square after it originally left the central square. So I'll actually just start the video again from the beginning and walk you through the video. And I'll make sure to leave the time bar of the video visible throughout most of the video. Anyway, so let's start a video and see how much time it spends in the center. Now, as I said before, it takes 4 paws to leave the central square for the latency as shown here. And as you found in the previous video, it will leave the central square at about 26 seconds into the video. And that is right here at 26 seconds. And then we just need to follow the animal and see when it actually crosses into the central square, and that's when you start your stopwatch. And when it leaves the central square, you stop the stopwatch. And every time it does that, you need to start and stop the stopwatch to add up all the time that the animal spends in the central square. Now you can see that I can do a lot of talking here without looking much at the screen, because this animal is only going to spend some time in the center at the end of this video. But regardless, you can see that this animal is pretty cautious, stays mostly on the outside of the arena, just crossed into the central square a bit, but only with 1 or 2 paws. So that doesn't count. You can also see that the animal peed here and here initially when it was placed in the central square here, and later during the video here. So the peeing here is also an indication that this animal is a little bit anxious. It also is now grooming itself, and that is usually also an indication that the animal is a little bit anxious. But we're not recording either the peeing or the grooming for this test. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what it looks like. So let's see what it does. You can see it has maybe 1 or 2 paws in the central square, but it doesn't count because it is again here, maybe 1 or 2 paws, but actually doesn't really cross into the central square. Now the animal was put into the central square again there, not 4 paws, so it doesn't count. It was the test started at 3 seconds. So we'll see if it enters the central square. But you should stop counting the seconds that the animal is in the central square at 3:03, which indicates 180 seconds or 3 minutes of the test. So let's see what the animal does. And here it crosses now into the central square and is in the central square and still in there, And now you can see at 3:03 I am picking up the animal, so that's the end of the test. So the last 10 seconds or so the animal was actually in the central square, and that is the amount of time you will write down. And so for this particular test, you only had to use your stopwatch once. Now other animals will frequently walk through the central square, just exploring, walking through, exploring, walking through again. So you have to quickly start and stop the stopwatch whenever the animal has 4 paws within the central square and then walks out again and leaves after the 4 paws have left the central square. So I hope this clarifies what is expected of you, and I hope you enjoy this part of the data collection.